This is the WEOL Diamond Duel, live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel. Coming up, the Elyria Catholic Panthers take on the Midview Middies. It's brought to you by your North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco at Center Ridge and Barton Roads. Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. The City of Elyria. Rediscover Elyria today at cityofelyria.com. And by EcoTree Services.
And along with me, my cast of Midview and the Panthers we had yesterday on Wednesday, and the cold temperatures and lack of wind, they just couldn't get the field ready, dried out at EC. And luckily for both teams, the Middies and the Panthers, Midview High School is playing for the very first, as you would imagine, and there will be baseball played here tonight. We had a scheduled JV game on this field, started at 5, so that's why this game is getting underway late. There are those set at this point in April at about 8:25, so it's to get darker. But Jared, real excited to be here. It's the pregame at Sunoco, a friend of WEOL and the Chronicle Telegram for years, the folks at North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco. It's always a great time to stop there and buy your locally owned and operated Convenient Sunoco. So the Middies come into this baseball game tonight with 7 wins and 8 losses. We saw them on Tuesday night at George Day Field in Elyria. They knocked off the Pioneers in a real good baseball game. 7-4 was the final. The Middies were actually down 4-2 going into the final 2 innings in that game, scored 5 runs with 2 outs in the final 2 innings to win it 7-4. They had knocked off Elyria the day before in a 5-inning rout, a no-hitter in the game the day before. So they're coming in winners of their last 6. The last time they lost was to Buckeye in early April. Elyria Catholic comes in. Their record on the season, 12. They come in. They lost 2 in a row to Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. They were beaten consecutive days to see. They had won 7 of 8 games this year at Elyria Catholic, and I know Ryan Fearbend at Midview is really starting to think that his team's, getting ready or getting in the right place at the right time of the year as April is looking to turn to May, and of course the sectional baseball tournament is on the horizon.
Big day over here, Ron. Again, want to thank everybody involved for the moving parts that we're able to get this one to you on that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel and also online at WEOL.com this evening. Dan May and company said, hey, check it out. New spot, new facility, and it is pristine turf here at Midview. Now EC, so that's important to keep in mind. So it is the Midview venue.
A lot of sponsors to tell you about and thank before we get started here. The pregame, and we're always defenses. They will be in the field in the top half of the first. In the field, it's Luke Doss, the senior. In right field, it's Braylon Winter, the junior for the Panthers. In the infield from third base to first base, we'll start the junior for the Panthers. In the infield from third base to first base, we'll start at third on the hot spot, the hot corner, JoJo Jansura, a senior at third. Now, his name's Joseph, but I asked him pregame, do you want to go by Joseph or JoJo? And he looked at me and I said, he goes, JoJo. I said, what would your mother say? And he thought, well, maybe Joseph, but he told Joe. Isaiah Amarise, I should say, is the senior shortstop. Second baseman, Zach Gaines. He's a senior. Mason Knapp, a junior at first base. Behind the plate, it's Ryan White. And on the mound today for Elyria Catholic, senior Noah Willett. Willett, fastball, curveball, left-hander on Elyria Catholic. And those starting lineups brought to you by Network Land Title Agency. Willett's ready, and so is the leadoff hitter, Caden Vogelpol, and so are we. And it's low, down and low, inside, ball 1. 16th inning pitching. Second pitch is in on the hands of Caden Vogelpol. It's fouled off, so the count's even, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Boy, I got to tell you, first pitch as I thought it would be, but once that sun goes down, you said 8:25. Hopefully you can give us till about 8:35 before briskness and bitterness set in.
The 1-1 pitch is high. Vogelpol strike. I'm dressed for it.
You're prepared?
I'm dressed for it.
I don't think I'm that bad off.
Tell you that.
The fans behind us, I'm not so sure.
The 2-1 is high and outside, and Caden Vogelpol, the leadoff hitter for the Middies, has worked the count in his favor, 3 balls and a strike.
Some folks have blankets out there. Smart. Mr. Jansera down the way, he brought a dog. That's just as good as a blanket. You can warm up with a dog.
Cuddle with your dog. The 3-1 pitch is right over the heart of the plate, and the count's now even. 3 balls, 2 underway here at Midview. The Middies, the visiting team today. The Elyria Catholic Panthers, this was their home game. Ground ball, 2-hopper to the shortstop for EC. Coming in, quick throw, got to go quick. And getting him. A short hop, had to make a quick throw on a first bang bang. So it's Amarize to Knapp, and the Panthers have the. It's a nice play by Isaiah Amarize, or Amarise, I should say.
Anything but routine, too, when you think about what's going on here. And just a little bit of a different setting at a 7:15, 7:23, whatever it is, start.
Second batter in the Ryan Fearbend lineup for Midview, Ben Suspansky. Suspansky, their junior right fielder tonight, hitting from the right side of the plate. He pitched on Tuesday against Elyria.
And pitched well in that affair. That was a pretty good ball game we had over there at Elyria on Tuesday evening. Played well throughout. They were a little bit different than most.
High pitch to Suspansky. Count now on Ben. 2 balls and a strike. Willett's ready. Suspansky lays off of it. It was tempting. It was a tweener. It's called a strike. Ben on the year hitting .324 for the Middies. Willett's 2-strike offering on the outside part of the plate, just outside. And we've got a. Ben had a hit. It was a double in Tuesday's win over Elyria. The full count pitch is popped up in foul territory. And off the mound is Noah Willett. And he makes the catch right in front of his teammates, that first base side dugout here at Midview High School. Boy, Willett got off the mound in a hurry.
Not the longest run in the world, but he covered some ground pretty quick and put it away. Fielded the position real well here.
That is usually a no-no for a pitcher.
No. Right.
Hey, the Panthers will take outs any way they can get them. Jake Ellis now to the plate for the Middies, the number 3 hitter in this Midview lineup today. Off-speed pitch, it's called strike 1. Ellis, a junior, playing third base today, hitting from the right side of the plate. Jake on the year hitting .368. Crowds the plate. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, and it's a ground ball to shortstop. Amarise catches it across the diamond, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Noah Willett and his Elyria Catholic Panthers. 3 up, 3 down for the Middies. No hits. They don't leave anybody. We go to the bottom half of the first here from Midview. It's Midview nothing, Elyria Catholic coming to bat.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and full thing you need to feed your guests with and drinks, snacks, and desserts to Convenient Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Today, Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Couple of lefties today for both schools, Midview and Elyria Catholic. Noah Willett, the left-handed Panther starting pitcher, went 1-2-3 in the top half of the inning. Kellen DeSimone, a left-hander for Midview, will start the game for the Middies on the hill. Kellen is a freshman. Kellen on the year, no wins. Kellen on the year, no wins, 1 loss, 12 innings so far this year. He's given up 8 hits, 16, and he's walked. So as you might guess, with a young pitcher, he's walked a little bit. But to Starchman, that's something. Zach Gaines will lead basement. DeSimone's ready, so is Gaines, and here's the first pitch. It's low and outside for ball 1. Zach Gaines on the year hitting .302 in his leadoff. Elyria Catholic manager Bruce Lisicki. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. DeSimone working quickly, working without long sleeves on, keeping that. Well, I guess he's got the sleeve on his pitching arm. It's cold. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's going to get colder as the night goes about. And the wind is blowing just enough to feel it. They'll check. The swing was held back.
3-1.
3-1 pitch. Inside and low. And Zach Gaines works a leadoff walk.
That's a tough spot if you're DeSimone. You come out there and, just not quite there. You laid off a few good pitches there, as you would expect with a nice at bat out of a Bruce Lisicki leadoff hitter.
The pitcher, Noah Willett, now up, lefty against lefty. And the first pitch to Willett is called for strike one. Watch Gaines on at first base. He leads the Panthers this year in stolen bases with 9. Behind the plate for the Middies, their junior catcher, Seth Randall. The 1-0 pitch, that's a base hit to left field. Between short and third, right in the hole. He went opposite field with it, Noah Willett did. And he knocked it into left for a base hit. So the Panthers with the first 2 runners on here in the bottom half of the first.
Nice piece of hitting for anybody, let alone a left-hander, and he was able to get what he liked there and shoot that one right past the shortstop. And interesting here, we saw him get off the mound real quick in that first inning.
JoJo Jansura now at the plate, the number 3 hole hitter in Elyria Catholic's batting order. First pitch, waved at, fastball, swing and a miss, strike one. Jansura on the ear out of the 3 slot in that EC batting order, hitting .373. The 0-1 pitch from DeSimone is outside. Counts now even. A ball and a strike. Rob Polinsky listening in on the app, and Rob's ears must have been burning because Rob not only outstanding play-by-play man, but does all of the advertising, goes out and gets the sponsors, and has been doing that for WEOL for at least. And if you look at the lineup of sponsors that we have in this game, everything is sponsored. Apps are sponsored, pre, post game. Great job by Rob Polinsky. Jansura takes a fastball that's low, and the struggle continues in the first inning for the Midi freshman pitcher.
It's not often that I like to congratulate Rob on a job well done, but he certainly did well throughout basketball season and again with spring sports this year, and really doing a terrific job, and glad to have all those folks on board.
Swing and a miss on a fastball, about belt high. JoJo Jansura saw one that he liked, he just missed it. Jansura on the ear has knocked in 15 runs, and that is tied for the team lead with Isaiah Amaris. He's got a runner on at second, and he swings away at a low pitch. Boy, a great pitch. Off speed, had a little dive to it by Kellen DeSimone, the freshman on the hill, and that's a big strikeout. First out of the inning with runners at first and second for Elyria Catholic. That strikeout brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Knapp, the cleanup hitter for EC, left-handed hitting, junior for unrivaled in Lorain County.
I'll wait for this next pitch.
Straight away center field, another hard hit ball, but right at a Panther. Luke Doss stands, didn't even move, and that's the third out of the inning. We can keep him here. Let's keep Dan here. We don't have to go to the break. So you look at this field, and you look at the softball field, and you look at what it's going to become even more when you get the the landscaping in around it. I don't know that. I don't know that there's a facility like it around. Is there, Dan?
No, not in Lorain County. With the proximity of the 2 fields, obviously Avon has turf on both their fields, but one's a Crusher Stadium, the other is a softball field. So it's a unique atmosphere around here. It's going to be even better as, again, we finish the outsides. But as soon as we're able to get on the fields, even the top of the dugouts aren't done yet, but we want to make sure we got playing. But it came together with a vision and a lot of rain over the last couple of years. A couple of years ago, we had our first softball, obviously, in talking to the Cromling family and the Ross Foundation, who's been such a huge help for everything we do around here with our other projects that are soon to come. This was kind of, we knew we were going to do this no matter what, but we were graced with their generosity to not only make this happen, but do the other 2 buildings that are coming in the near future.
Well, Bill and John Cromling, the sons of Bill Sr. and Maureen Ross Cromling, continuing that family tradition of giving back to the community. The Ross family, the Cromling family has been
spoil us. They spoil us.
Paramount.
100%.
Yeah. Top half of the bottom half of the 3rd inning here at Midview High School, and it's the top of the order. Now hitting Zach Gaines. Gaines, his second at bat, he walked in the 1st inning to lead off the game. It was his 22nd walk of the season, leads the team in walks, and he scored. He has scored the only run.
This angle we're sitting at brings me back to Marietta, where I'm charting pitches. So, and that's kind of where I got the vision for the field as well. Marietta redid a field a couple years ago, and I stole a lot of their vision in terms of the aesthetics.
Gaines fouls one off. So the footprint's the same, but is there anything different about, other than the obvious?
The dugouts are moved a little bit further back, so they're a little safer. Softball, we moved about 10 yards to the south to get it off that road.
The road that brings you into the high school.
Yes.
Ground ball to the shortstop, and another solid play by Midview's Cole Lowry. Lowry's got a rocket attached to his right shoulder and throws out the speedy Gaines at first base.
But the dimensions are still the same. It's still about 310 to left, 310 to right. Softball still 200. Scoreboards have moved from right center to it's actually a dual scoreboard in left center, which should be up and running next week. So then we got a lot going on here.
Noah Willett steps into the left-handed batter's box. It's lefty against lefty, and it's high heat from Midview's Kellen DeSimone. That is ball 1 to Willett.
And as I mentioned before, we want to get up and running as soon as we could. But we'll have our formal grand opening on Wednesday, actually.
And who are the Middies hosting as Willett takes ball 1 count, or actually ball 2, counts now 2-0 in favor of Noah Willett on the grand opening night? Who are the Middies?
They started April 2nd. So we're up 1-0 in the bottom of the first. We started the game there, but Avon Lake really wanted to play here, so we were happy to host that.
Lowry, that was a real tough. Safe at first base is Noah Willett. You got the left-handed hitting Willett, so he gets out of the box quickly, and it went to the glove side of the Midview short's body and couldn't get Willett at first base. So that's an infield hit. And Elyria Catholic with a runner on and 1 out here in the top half of the 3rd.
So we'll have our baseball opening ceremony 4:45, start the baseball game at 5, and then we'll transition over to softball. We're going to host Columbia at 5:30. So we'll have that same ceremony over there so they can experience it on that side of the campus.
Well, that'll be an exciting day. Hopefully the weather's perfect for you. Tonight hasn't turned out that bad. I don't want to jinx us.
No, the lights keep us warm.
The temperature has not dropped significantly. At the plate, JoJo Jansura. He's up on the count, 1 ball, no strikes. And a quick throw to first, and it goes up the right field line. It's a bad throw from Kellen DeSimone that got by his first baseman, Bryce Schubert. And checking into second base is Noah Willett.
I think one of the unique things about our fields right now is obviously the cement we're standing on right now didn't exist. So people kind of congregated everywhere during the games, and now it's more like a collegiate atmosphere with everyone all together.
Yeah, you've created the location to be in, certainly behind the plate here, as it flanks both the third base and first base line before the dugouts. It's
and as we'll get the other bleachers and stuff back, and people have more places to sit, but they're just happy to be here.
2 balls, no strikes to JoJo Jansura with a runner out at second. DeSimone checks the runner and throws a low fastball that Jansura swings through. JoJo in his first at bat struck out looking. Knight is tied for the team lead and his 15 RBI also. Counts now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. In 12 innings coming into today, had struck out 16 opposing him. 2 strikeouts today, now in the 3rd inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, DeSimone to the plate, and it's strike 3. So twice in a row, DeSimone has struck out the number 3 hitter in the Elyria Catholic lineup.
Ron, I got some other breaking news if you want.
Sure.
We just hired a hockey coach to bring back Midview hockey. So we hired Russ Armbruster.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Wayne Gretzky.
He didn't return my call.
Oh, he didn't call you back. Well, thanks for calling him. I mean, that was nice of you to try to at least reach out. So Mason Knapp now at the plate for EC, and he takes ball one. Knapp is the number 4 hitter, and he had a solid single in his first at bat to right field. So again,
Russ Armbruster.
Russ Armbruster. And has hockey been on hiatus?
Yeah, we had a 15-year run as a very solid program. In 2018-19, we just kind of ran out of numbers. So it kind of went in a hiatus for 7 years. And the last couple of years, we've been talking about really bringing it back. But we finally got to the level of kids committed. We know we could sustain it, hopefully.
2 balls, no strikes, swinging through. It's now 2-1 as Mason Knapp took a healthy cut at a 2-0 pitch that he liked and missed it.
So the unique thing the OHSA does with hockey is if you don't have a program the previous year, you can actually have a spring tryout to kind of continue and actually prove its viability.
2-1 pitch again, took a little off, DeSimone did, and swinging through it was Mason Knapp.
So we'll have a 2-day tryout type thing in the spring, May 13th and 14th, to kind of get everyone together, and then the official tryouts and everything will start in October.
So congratulations to the hockey program. 2-2 pitch is low.
And just like in this project, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes work by a lot of people that really wanted to bring it back. And once they were able to prove that, it's easy for us to kind of get that behind them and support them.
Does Midview play hockey in Elyria at the rec center, or where's the home ice for the Middies?
That has always been our home ice. It's trying to get back on the schedule now that we've been gone will be the fun part, but we'll make it happen.
The 2-strike pitch, and it's another strikeout for Midview's freshman left-hander, Kellen DeSimone. So Noah Willett gets as far as second base, and he gets stranded there here in the bottom half of the third. Panthers get a hit. They leave a runner. DeSimone strikes out 2. He has struck out 3 in the last 2 innings, and we head to the top half of the fourth, and a good one. It's still 1-0 Elyria Catholic.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to EcoTree.
Welcome back to Midview High School as we head to the top half of the fourth inning. The Middies and the Panthers in a battle, a real good one. It's 1-0 Elyria Catholic. I'm Ron Yantz, my partner, Jared Kozar, and joining us, the Director of Athletics at Midview High School, Dan May. Dan, how many years have you been the athletic director here at Midview?
This is wrapping up year 13.
Year 13.
So 15 back in Northeast Ohio, 2 at Clearview, and then wrapping up 13 here.
Dan, an Avon Lake grad, an Avon Lake Hall of Famer as a baseball player, and a Marietta College alum as well. You know, once upon a time, the head coach at Marietta College was early in his career the head coach here at Midview High School.
Yeah, his first job out of Marietta when he graduated was as a math teacher here. Coached baseball for, I think, a year or 2, and the first thing I did when I got here is I put him in the Hall of Fame.
This is Jake Ellis at the plate for Midview. He'll lead off the fourth, and his second pitch hit right back at Noah Willett. Willett with a real nice play off the mound. That one was maybe on its way to center field. It was a hard-hit ground ball that Willett stabbed at, and he retires Jake Ellis 1-3.
That was a good composure by Willett just to take it in. He had plenty of time to make the throw.
Plenty of time. The senior second baseman, Damian Presser. Presser, the number 4 hit. First pitch to Presser. It's a pop-up, center field. Luke Doss is under it, and Doss brings it in. I made the executive decision on my own on Tuesday that I'm calling the baseball guys managers because they're not coaches. Mike Hargrove used to scream at anybody that would call him coach. If they started a question to Grover and they said, "Hey coach, what about?" he would like verbally undress them. So they're managers. So it's manager Ryan Fearbend. And I know that goes against the conventional way. If it's going to catch on, maybe nobody cares. Probably the latter is the accurate statement there, but when Ron Jans is doing a game, it's manager Ryan Fearbend and manager Bruce Lasicki. So there you go.
I think that's a token of honor. It's a lot. Being a head coach of any program is a lot of work. So, but we have a great staff here, great new staff here at the varsity level. Some young guys as well. So Midview baseball is moving in the right direction.
Ryan's in his first year. Kellen DeSimone's at the plate. DeSimone hit a double, a gap shot in his last at bat. The freshman for the Middies, who's the starting pitcher tonight.
He's got one of the smoothest high school swings I've ever seen, especially for a freshman.
It was beautiful. I said to my partner, Jared Kozar, his double reminded me of a Chase DeLauder swing, just composed, compact.
You mentioned I was over at softball earlier. Midview softball won their 15th game of the year.
Wow.
So we now have a matchup with Amherst.
DeSimone fights off a two-strike pitch, fouls it up.
The Middies haven't won a SWC softball championships in 2018.
So it's been a while. For a long time, they were solid, real good.
It's scheduled to be at Amherst, but with the weather, you never know. I don't think Lacey's going to give up that game, though.
Lacey Reichert, the longtime leader of that Amherst softball program, very successful Amherst softball program.
It's actually a three-way tie to have a couple more games to play.
And Amherst got Simone, fouls off a Elyria squad, real young this year.
Yeah, we played them yesterday. I think they had 5 freshmen out there. Battled us really well. But that's the typical SWC season for softball this year. It's just people beating other people, which makes it fun. Probably not as a coach, but as a spectator.
Decent soft one back to the mound, and Willett takes care of it. So 3 up, 3 down for the Middies in the top half of the 4th. Dan, we're going to say goodbye to you, and thank you for joining us as always. Every time we get an opportunity to have you on, we're always thankful that you take the time because you're a busy guy. And as I said tonight, softball game, Board of Education meeting. Dan, I hope you get some dinner and maybe a little bit of shut-eye before you get it.
Whenever I wake up.
All right.
No, but always thanks for having us. You guys are great for everyone in Lorain County and beyond, so I appreciate everything you guys do.
Our pleasure. Dan May, the athletic director in his 13th year here at Midview High School, and boy, the facilities here in athletics, they're really, really nice. Dan, it was great seeing you.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be back with the bottom half of the 4th.
Are you undecided about your future and overwhelmed by the options? Well, don't worry. You're not alone. Lorain County Community College has helped thousands of students just like you find their future career. From short-term training programs to transfer options all the way to bachelor degrees, our programs are designed to set you up for future success. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make getting into your next vehicle fast, easy, and built around you. And we've got the selection and service you can count on. Right now, buy the Ford Explorer for only $39.9 or lease it for just $4.99 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
Working on a good one here at Midview High School. We go to the bottom half of the 4th. It's Elyria Catholic 1 and the Middies of Midview nothing. Leading off the will be Luke Doss. Doss, their senior center fielder. On the hill, Kellen DeSimone, the freshman. First offering to Doss is low and outside for ball 1. I want to remind everybody that every time someone strikes out in the game, it is brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Lorain County Community College, it's your year, your classes, and your future. Enroll today. Second pitch from DeSimone to Doss is high. It's 2 balls and a strike. Kellen DeSimone, in 3 innings of work, has struck out 4 and walked only 1. And that lone walk scored in the first inning. It was Zach Gaines. 2-0 pitch is swung through, 2 balls and a strike to Luke Doss. Doss knocked in Zach Gaines in that top half of the 1st, or bottom half of the 1st, rather. He hit a ground ball to short. They made a play at second, and coming home on it was Zach Gaines. The bases were loaded, so the Middies were trying to turn 2 and keep the inning limited in the amount of runs that EC would score, and they got only 1. DeSimone to Doss, ground ball to third. Off the chest of the Midview third baseman, Jake Ellis, and safe at first is Luke Doss. So Doss is on the error, and that brings Ryan White to the plate. White for Elyria Catholic, their junior catcher, flew out to right field in his one and only at bat. That ended the first inning. EC sent 6 batters to the plate in that 1-run first inning. Doss is on at first. He's got 9 stolen bases on the year. Line drive straightaway center right at the Midview center fielder, Caden Vogelpohl. I tell you what, Jared, there's been some hard hit balls by both teams to the outfield tonight, but every one of them has been right at an outfielder.
There certainly have been, and the only one that I think that escaped an outfielder would have been back in the second when DeSimone got one over the head and got thrown out at third. But that was the only one I think that made it that far that was not retired or recorded for an out.
This is Isaiah Amaris at the plate now for the Panthers. First pitch to Amaris is outside for ball 1. Isaiah, right-handed hitter, the Panthers shortstop and a senior.
It's starting to get a little cooler now, and it's, like you said, that contact you can hear, those are solid shots.
1-0 pitch, swung through, runner going, throw down to second, and a beautiful throw. No, safe! They're going to call him safe at second base. Boy, the throw by Seth Randall had beaten Luke Doss to the bag early. And Ryan Fearbin, the manager for Midview, was out to talk to the base umpire about it. It was high, but it was so early that Damian Presser, the second baseman, had plenty of time to bring it down. The call is safe. And standing at second base is Luke Doss. And he will remain at second base.
Tremendous throw. As you mentioned, throw out there. Just must have been something with the tag. Looked like he had him by about 6 feet.
A long ways. I mean, it was, yeah, he had him by a lot. Amaris at the plate. Here comes the pitch, and it's fouled back. Isaiah's had an active day at shortstop, and he has answered every ground ball. Back to the mound to DeSimone to start off the top half of the second. DeSimone's ready, so is Amaris. Here comes job by Seth Randall for keeping it from going to the backstop. On at second, here in the top half, because I keep thinking Elyria Catholic is the visiting team. And
I understand where that might come from.
Is Luke Doss. And here's the pitch, and it's fouled back again. So Amaris staying alive, fighting off strikes from Kellen DeSimone. Elyria Catholic in now the 4th inning with 3 hits and 1 run. The only run, first batter in their lineup walked and scored in the first inning. Here's the pitch, and it's in the dirt. Nice block by Seth Randall. Randall, the Midview junior, nice job keeping Doss on at second base. Fouled back again.
It's quite the cue.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Isaiah Amaris. Isaiah on the year, tied for the team lead in runs batted in. Him and JoJo Jansura both have knocked in 15. The 2-2 pitch. Tough one to take.
Yes, it was.
And it's ball 4. We're having a hard time.
Lost track a little bit of that
at least I am tonight, because the scoreboards aren't working and the plate umpire doesn't really show the count in a way that I can read it.
Would not say he's demonstrative.
No. So 2 on for Elyria Catholic, and Dylan Kirsch is now at the plate.
But I got to do a better job there, Ron. I let you down.
First pitch swung through by Kirsch. It's strike 1. Dylan, in his first at bat, up Cole Lowry in the second inning. 0-1 pitch, and it's right there for strike 2. Kellen DeSimone up in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. 1 out for the Middies. The 0-2 pitch, tough one to take. and it's called low for ball. DeSimone with a strikeout in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. He'd love to have one here in the fourth. And here comes the pitch, and he gets it. DeSimone strikes out Dylan Kirsch, swinging through a low fastball, and there are 2 outs in the inning. That strikeout brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Real education for good jobs. The 5th strikeout of the night for the Midview freshman. Chase Adkins at the plate for Elyria Catholic. First pitch to him, high heat outside. It's ball 1. Atkins in his first at bat ended the second inning with a strikeout. He went down swinging to Kellen DeSimone. It's ball 2. Bottom half of the fourth at Midview High School. Nothing. Elyria Catholic on the year 12-5. The Middies are 7-8. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, and it's right down the gut. It's strike 1. Atkins, the junior left fielder for Elyria Catholic. And here comes the pitch, and it's fouled back. Counts now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the order's next for Elyria Catholic. Zach Gaines is in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, this is a time that if DeSimone can get out of this one, a little bit of an underrated effort if it comes to fruition here with 2 on and 2 out here in this 4th inning.
Looks in. His catcher Seth Randall's ready, and here comes the pitch, and it's fouled back. So Atkins battles, and he stays alive. Bruce Lisicki, the manager for Elyria Catholic, in his 15th year. He's in a 1-0 game right now. Pop up, shallow right field, going to be a tough one. Going back, second baseman calls everybody off. Damian Presser floating into no man's land out there in shallow right field, and he catches the pop-up for the 3rd out of the inning. That's a nice play by the senior second baseman for Midview. So Elyria Catholic gets 2 on an error to walk, and they leave 2 on. We head to the top half of the 5th. It's still Elyria Catholic 1, Midview nothing.
I'm Mayor Kevin Brubaker, and I'm inviting you to rediscover Elyria. With new places to eat and shop, a revitalized historic downtown, expanded park facilities and programming, our community is once again on the move. Check out our award-winning schools, the new homes, and events and festivals for all ages all year long here in Elyria. Come be a part of the momentum. Visit cityofelyria.org and follow us on Facebook to see how we're building a stronger Elyria together.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, lease the 2026 GMC Sierra for only $279 a month for 24 months. We make it that easy.
Top half of the 5th inning here at Midview High School, and if you're wondering why at 8:20 we are bringing you a high school baseball game, it's because of several reasons. One, there are lights at Midview High School, so the lights are on. The biggest reason, this was a scheduled home game, the traditional 4:45 start at Elyria Catholic, but because of the weather on Wednesday here in northeastern Ohio, the game was moved to the all-turf field at Midview. Midview had a scheduled JV game that they had to play at 4:45, the Middies and the North Ridgeville Rangers, 2 Southwestern Conference teams. So this varsity game that was moved from Elyria Catholic to Midview could not start until that JV game was over. So this one started about 7:15, and we're now just over an hour into it, and we're in the top of the 5th. It's a good game. It's moving along quickly. It's 1-0 Panthers, and on the mound for Elyria Catholic is Noah Willett, who has now retired 7 Middies in a row. So he's in a groove. Counts even on the leadoff hitter for the Middies in the top half of the 5th, Jake Derringer, 1 ball, 1 strike. Derringer reached in the second inning on a walk, and the strike on the outside part of the plate, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. Derringer walked, got to second when Seth Randall, the next batter up, got hit by a pitch. The 1-2 pitch, curveball that hits the outside part of the plate. It's a called strike 3. So Derringer's down looking, and that brings Randall to the plate. That, believe it or not, partner, is Noah Willett's first strikeout of the game. He's pitched to Jem, and that's the first time he struck somebody out.
Yeah, I was monitoring that as well on the sheet, and I knew that was the first one. He's been ahead of a lot of Midview batters here, but he's worked pretty efficiently, as you've mentioned. He just hasn't had to rely on the strikeout to this point.
He's given up a hit, a double, back in the second inning, a walk, and a hit batter. He did it all in the second inning, and Midview did not score a run. Now up for the Middies is Seth Randall, their catcher. And the pitch is a strike. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike on Seth Randall. Randall got hit by that pitch back in the scoreless second. The 1-1 pitch, a curveball, breaks over nicely. Boy, that curveball is really bending. Ron Jans along with Jared Kozar right behind home plate here at Midview High School. We have a real good look at that Noah Willett curveball. He'll throw it again, and he'll throw it again for a called third strike. Boy, that curveball is working right now. So he goes 4 innings without a strikeout, and he leads the top of the 5th with back-to-back strikeouts. Both of them called, both on an off-speed pitch, a breaker that comes out of the left-handed batter's box and comes right across the plate. Fastball, first pitch to Bryce Schubert. It's called strike 1. Schubert, the number 8 hitter in Ryan Fearben's lineup. Schubert, the senior first baseman. He popped up to second in his first at bat. Fist one inside part of his hands, and he fisted into center field. That ball went out like it was a knuckleball. That ball hit the bat, inside part of the bat by the hands, and it knuckled out into shallow center field. That's a base hit for Schubert.
And the beauty of baseball there for Schubert is, you got a guy that's just pounding the strike zone. I think he's thrown, 7 of his last 8 for strikes here, and you get fisted, like you said. Goes in the scorebook as a base hit, line drive.
So that brings up the shortstop, Cole Lowry, to the plate. Cole hit a seed in his first at bat to left field, and unfortunately for him, it was right at EC's Chase Atkins. I don't think Chase had to move, and it was a line drive for an out, and he takes a strike 1 from Noah Willett.
Willett's coming after these guys here in the 5th inning.
He's working quickly. He's ready to go. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. It's in the dirt. Nice job by Elyria Catholic catcher Ryan White. White got down, kept it in front of him, and still at first base because of it is Bryce Schubert. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cole Lowry. Top of the order, Caden Vogelpohl is next for Midview. Next pitch is high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Midview with 2 hits, a double in the second, a single here in the 5th. They have yet to score. The pitch, and it's a high hopper. Real high hopper. Tough play by the second baseman, but made by Zach Gaines. Zach had to wait for that one to come down. That hit the turf right in front of the plate, and I don't know, that thing went 20 feet in the air, maybe more. Zach had to wait for it to come down. Patiently he did, and he throws out Cole Lowry at first base. So the top of the 5th is in the books. The Middies get a runner on, stranded at first. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's 1-0 EC.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit NetworkLandTitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Leading off the bottom half of the 5th for Elyria Gaines. Gaines, the Kellen DeSimone, walked and scored the only run of the game, a solid line drive single to left center field. And rounding first and going to second is Gaines, and the throw's a little late. First and going to second is Gaines, and the throw's a little late. And Gaines slides in head first for a open inning double.
He said, I'll show you a single run, Jens, and I'll raise you another base, as Mr. Gaines showed the wheels there.
Yeah, that was out of the box. Zach had an idea that he thought he could turn that single into a double. It was a little bit in the gap in left center field, and Zach's got the legs to do it. And he's on at second base to lead off the fifth. So that brings, go ahead.
You wonder if he ran through a stop sign at first over there, too. Not sure. Well, get with the EC coaching staff after this game regardless.
That brings the pitcher to the plate. And Noah Willett would love to help himself out here. Willett's pitching a gem against DeSimone, who's also pitching a gem. First pitch is a ball from Kellen DeSimone. Kellen DeSimone has struck out 5. Now in the 5th inning. Walked only 2. Here comes the pitch to Willett. It's popped up. Tried to bunt it, and he pops it off the screen on the backstop, so it's a strike from DeSimone. Willett was trying to sneak one in.
For those unaware, off the screen or the backstop is not a live ball.
No.
That does not put you out.
No, so. This isn't wiffle ball in the Yance yard where
more room and foul territory than I thought might be for a new facility like this. But again, like you said, they stuck pretty much true to what the dimensions were.
Willett, ground ball to second base. Nice play by the Midview second base. Left hand, his glove hand. Damian Presser had to go a little bit to get to that ground ball. Made it look easy. And there's one out in the inning. Moving to third, though, is Zach Gaines.
A game like this, you think put another run on the board here, really, really pretty tough. You're going to ask your 3-hitter to lay down a bunt, but Jansura coming in, struck out twice so far this evening. So
yeah,
maybe this is the move for Bruce Lisicki and the Panthers.
Mitty saw Jansura may have been out of the box. They checked with the base ump. He said no. So standing at third is Zach Gaines for Elyria Catholic. One out in the inning at the plate. Jojo Jansura. Here comes the pitch from DeSimone, the 0-1 pitch. Past the third baseman and into left field for an RBI single. So Jansura sat on a pitch that he was hoping he got. He did, and he hit a solid single to left field. That's a run batted in. His 16th of the season, that leads the team, and it's the second run of the game for Elyria Catholic, and Zach Gaines have scored both of them.
And a good feeling for the 3-hitter for the Elyria Catholic Panthers to be able to get an RBI there in crunch time right down the line, after striking out twice earlier in the ballgame. Left-handed
hitting Mason Knapp at the plate. Ground ball to second. They'll go to short, and the first did not get the double play, got the out at second. So Jansura's out. The second out of the inning, the throw was wide of the bag at first, and safely there on a fielder's choice is Mason Knapp.
Valiant effort to try to turn 2. Just wasn't meant to be. Minimize the damage, get the lead runner, and as you mentioned, 1 run crosses in this inning, but if you're Midview, it's time to collect yourself and try to get out of this one, minimizing that and just holding it to the single run.
Luke Doss now run in. EC now leads 2-0, and we're in the bottom half of the 5th here at Midview High School. DeSimone's pitch is outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Doss on the day had a run batted in the first inning on a ground ball up the middle to the shortstop. And then ground ball to short. This will be an easy play at the bag. Well, it started as an easy play. Presser forgot to cover second, and Lowry had to run and get the out himself, and he does, and the inning is over. It is 2-0 Elyria Catholic. They get a run on 2 hits. They leave a runner, and we head to the top half of the 6th here at Midview High School.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make getting into your next vehicle fast, easy, and built around you. And we've got the selection and service you can count on. Right now, buy the Ford Explorer for only $39.9 or lease it for just $4.99 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
Ron Yantz and Jared Kozar along with you here on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel from Midview High School. Baseball tonight under the lights with a 2-0 lead over the Middies. We're in the top half of the 6th inning. I want to take a moment, partner, to honor a man who passed away last week. His visitation was tonight. Tom Russo. Tom was a Midview graduate, a teacher here at Midview. He graduated in 1977, and that following fall started teaching here, 8th grade history, American history specifically. Taught here, coached here, job in the Elyria system in 1990. Taught for over 25 years at a couple of different districts. Married his teenage sweetheart, Carol, who became Carol Russo.
Carol Russo and certainly Tom by extension.
Carol was the legendary volleyball coach at Elyria High School, and she turned that Pioneer program into a state contender. But this is to honor Tom tonight as Midview bats here in the top of the 6th. The leadoff hitter is Caden Vogelpohl, and he'll get the first pitch from Noah Willett. It's inside for ball 1. Tom was at Midview Middle School, and if I had to make a Mount Rushmore of teachers, if I had to pick, top 3 as Vogelpohl leads off the inning with a solid single to right field for Midview. I had a lot of coaches in my time at Midview. I was a Midview graduate, 1983. So from kindergarten through 12th grade, a lot of teachers. I never had Tom Russo as a coach. I was a wrestler and a baseball player, and Tom was a football coach. But he was my American history teacher in 8th grade. Willett's first pitch to the number 2 hitter, Ben Sospansky, is in the dirt, and the throw down to second base. Vogelpohl's safe. The throw gets by the second baseman, and Vogelpohl checks into third base. So Vogelpohl in stolen bases this year, now with 10, is now standing at third base here in the top half of the 6th inning. And the Middies are in business with a runner at third and nobody out. Back to Mr. Russo. So he's my American history teacher in 8th grade. And the pitch from Willett to Sospansky is called a strike, and it's a balk. They're going to say that Willett Pohl scores. And the Panthers give one to the Middies. So Sospansky's still at the plate, definitely shook up by Vogelpohl to start this inning. An outside pitch called for a strike. Vogelpohl gets a solid single, steals second, goes to third on a bad throw to second. And Willett's just lost the moment for a second, balks Vogelpohl. Not called a strike. They appeal, and it's not called a strike. So was kind of up and down, just in